Hi, I'm Kristen Oaks-White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. My partner, Avery Davidson, will be back with us in our next show. Weather and farming go hand in hand. Without good weather, work in the fields is impossible. That's why accurate forecasting is so important to the agriculture industry. The University of Louisiana Monroe is working to improve that accuracy with its newly launched Mesonet program. TWILA's Josh Meeks met up with their crews to find out how this system can benefit not just farmers, but everyone in the state.
This team from the University of Louisiana Monroe is calibrating, aligning,
need y'all to come down with it,
and configuring.
We're trying to sight in these anemometers.
This 30-foot tall weather station is the latest in their Mesonet. Emily Newby is a manager for the project.
It's a basically a giant weather station, but it's connected weather stations that are being set up across the state of Louisiana to fill in coverage gaps that the National Weather Service has found. The more rural parts of the state, where they may be further away from airports where they can get current data, this provides ground truth data for, even if it's a smaller area, it's still more exact than, say, 20 miles up the road.
This is what science looks like. Outfitted with thermometers, anemometers, humidity probes, a camera, and a rain gauge, and much more, this tower can provide more precise weather data. This can be essential in forecasting, climate tracking, and yes, farming.
Farmers, they're one of the top three to benefit directly, just because it is their land, and so they can use it for better irrigation techniques, to figure out how hot it is that day, so if their crops are going to be in peril from the heat. And the soil moisture and the soil temperature, especially for them, is what's most important.
Soil moisture monitors can track drought conditions, something the state severely lacked in 2023 when the data wasn't available to call for a drought disaster declaration. Once each station goes online, you can track the data in near real time through the Mesonet website. As each new station comes online, they paint a clearer picture for the state.
We have the 3 up right now, 2 that are in construction, so to say. And then we have a total of 10 site agreements already in place. And so those range from, down the road in Duboc to down in the Thibodaux area with Nichols.
NOAA is funding the project to build 50 sites across the state. Some are on public property, like this one at the Grant Parish Detention Facility. Others will end up on private property. Donna Isaacs at Delaterre Farms in Eros is thrilled to have first-hand weather data in her field.
So we really wanted to get this to find out what our actual lows were, what our real readings were. But it also gives us a lot more data, like soil moisture content, when the soil temps get to that point where we can start planting in the season, early in the season, things like that. So we were really excited to partner with them to put this in.
The ULM team knows that each inch of farmland is valuable, but they're hoping a weather station that only takes up a few square feet will provide just as many benefits.
Absolutely. And the beauty of this is that ULM, they do all the management, all the maintenance. They put the data up on a website, and that website is accessible to us.
Now, as of the end of August, they've installed just a handful of towers with agreements in place for the next 5 or so. ULM is hoping to install most of them on public property, but if they do need to build on private land, they're letting farmers know that not only is it a small footprint, but the landowner gets first-hand access to all of the data collected.
So what does all this funding from NOAA include?
So the school got $2 million up front as part of this grant, and that covers all of the equipment for 50 sites as well as the staff to install them. There's also this buyback program through NOAA. So basically, as long as the data is high quality, NOAA will pay for this data to come back to them. The problem is that the money from NOAA only goes so far. They want these towers to last for years. And so annual maintenance is their bigger overhead cost right now. They're really hoping that the state steps in with some kind of legislative help to say, we'll get you from point A to point B.
Truly an interesting story. Thanks so much for bringing to us, Josh Meeks. Well, corn harvest is wrapping up in Louisiana this week, with many farmers already moved on to get ready to harvest their soybeans. This week, TWILA's Karl Wiggers traveled to Franklin Parish to check on Northeast Louisiana's crop, which is above average, but the price is simply not good.
The combines are making their final passes through the stalks of corn this week in Franklin Parish.
Kirby McLemore and Brett Fletcher are driving these two as they kick up the dust to put this crop behind them.
This is the last bit of our corn. We should get done today or tomorrow on corn and start harvesting soybeans maybe Friday.
Bo Herring has been watching this crop closely as it leaves the field and into this elevator in Wisner, Louisiana.
Corn crop's been a good crop this year, not a bin buster, as the guys will say, but it's been probably above average crop.
Fletcher calls this crop average, and while he's pleased with the yield, the price is another story.
We hadn't got a break-even price on our corn crop this year. The markets hadn't got to where we could break even on corn, and it's way below break even right now.
10 years ago, maybe 360, 380 would have been a good price, but with inputs, it's not this year. And the yield, like I say, it's a good yield this year, but it's going to struggle to make up for the prices.
For Fletcher and many other farmers like him, especially younger farmers, these low prices are making things extremely tough to press on.
It makes it hard for us to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, this is year number 3 for some of us guys. 22, the rain wiped out all of our bean crops, had to sell them for salvage. And then last year, the same thing, the market, we had good prices in the spring of last year, but if you didn't take advantage of that price, the market just fell out last year and hadn't recovered since.
Because the Louisiana farmer is central to the economy in the community where he lives and works, it compounds the struggle.
Because northeast Louisiana is built up surrounding the farming community, you know, from the banks, the grocery stores, dealerships, and with inflation up like it is, it really hurts.
It keeps all of our Napas, all of our parts warehouses, it keeps jobs for the whole community. It keeps all the elevator workers, all the fuel stations, I mean, if the farmers wasn't here, people wouldn't have money to go spend at the grocery stores and go eating out and go and keep people employed and keep money rolling in this community.
Going forward, it's going to be tight, you know, making crop loans and surviving.
Even with the bad prices, you still got to get up and put on your boots and with a smile on your face and keep going.
In Franklin Parish, I'm Karl Wiggers reporting for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
According to the latest USDA crop progress report, Louisiana farmers are 75% through with corn harvest, but that number is climbing fast with dry weather for harvest and elevator traffic improving with every farmer who finishes their crop. Well, Farm Credit System institutions made almost 133,000 loans to young, beginning, or small U.S. producers last year, delivering on their mission to support rural communities and agriculture. A new Farm Credit Administration report underscores Farm Credit's commitment to the next generation of agricultural producers through strategic lending and support initiatives. In 2023, the Farm Credit institutions made over 47,000 loans totaling $11.7 billion to young producers 35 years old or younger. Almost 66,000 loans were made to producers with 10 years or less of experience, totaling nearly $18.1 billion. September is almost here and Congress will soon be back from their August recess. The end of September, however, means the end of the Farm Bill extension. This week, TWILA's Neil Melancon tells us Louisiana is at the forefront of an effort to get it passed in the few working days Congress will have next month.
Congress is just about to resume in early September here in Washington and almost as soon go back to fall recess. It should be enough time to get the Farm Bill done after 2 years of wrangling, but it has to compete with other legislative priorities, according to Farm Bureau's Commodity Director, Andy Brown.
13 days may sound like a lot to you and me, but it is a lot of work, mostly in appropriations, keeping the government funded, that has to get done. And that political football, when you wrap that up with a contentious farm bill, just is a big hurdle to expect it all to get done on time.
Brown says this being an election year complicates matters as politicians jockey for position back home.
You don't get elected on a job well done, you get elected on promises of what I'm going to do when I get elected. So, you know, they call it a lame duck session for a reason after this election occurs, but even this September may be pretty lame because there's a lot of people that don't want to make a misstep and lose an election back home.
Farm Bureau isn't waiting around, though. A select group of state presidents is going to D.C. in September in a unified effort to get this bill passed. That delegation will include Louisiana Farm Bureau President Richard Fontenot.
We'll spend 5 days up in D.C. with some staff visiting our congressional leaders and their staff and sharing some concerns and issues that came out of the convention and some things going on in Louisiana at the same time.
And he says the bottom line of this effort is getting a bill passed to protect America's farmers and ranchers who we depend on every day for our food and fiber.
There's no doubt that the commodity markets being where they are, input prices where they are, it's just dollars and cents. It's simple accounting that any business has to go through. Agriculture is just has a lot of government involvement, and it's national security.
Brown says farmers shouldn't wait around to contact their elected officials about how important this bill is to them.
Your vote counts, and you need to call your representative and tell them how desperate you are and how what you do for this country, and let them know you need them to have your back. So send calls, send emails. If you don't know how to do that, get in contact with us, and we'll set you up to be the best advocate you can be.
For This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Neil Melancon.
Congress reconvenes on September 6th and will break again on September 30th. After that, it will not reconvene until November 11th. Well, you've heard from Louisiana Farm Bureau President Richard Fontenot, who's now wrapped up his first month in office. President Fontenot sat down with our Karl Wiggers for what will be a regular President's Perspective podcast. In this week's episode, Fontenot talked about how he plans to spend the next few months meeting with Farm Bureau members and parish leaders in the hopes of creating a more cohesive organization, with the end goal of connecting with more farmers and getting more people involved with Farm Bureau.
Well, we got a lot of things. We want to take some of the stuff we worked on here. I want to work on some of our strategic planning and get some clarification on that and some direction. We're going to try to develop some Zoom meetings, if you will, and reach out to some of our county presidents, or parish presidents rather, where we can do some interactions, because I want to reconnect Baton Rouge with every parish president. I want that opportunity. I don't want to meet just once a year at convention. I want to have interactions. It might be quarterly or whatever it may be. I want to get a good pulse of what we got going on in the state.
You can listen to that episode and all future episodes on Spotify, Apple, and the Louisiana Farm Bureau website. Still to come on TWILA, we take a look at how Louisiana rice farmers benefit from research and promotion funded by a volunteer checkoff program. And later, Farm Bureau goes to the dogs. Stay with us.
You're watching This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
With football starting up and hopefully cooler weather on the way, I think it's safe to say 'tis the season for rice. September is Rice Month, so we're taking a closer look at the Checkoff program, which funds research and promotion efforts that support their industry. This week, TWILA's Karl Wiggers visits with a farmer in St. Landry Parish who says he would not still be in the business without that program.
Just north of Eunice, Michael Fruget is cutting his final fields of rice for this year's crop. Unfortunately, this crop has not been a great one for Fruget to bring in.
This is some later rice we planted that we're harvesting now. We are about to wrap up the season. Unfortunately, it has been one of the worst rice crops we've cut in a very long time.
Fruget says that tough years like this are the years that he sees the greatest value in what his checkoff dollars are helping fund. That checkoff dollar is actually pennies. The Louisiana rice industry collects a 5 and 3 cent per hundredweight assessment to fund research and promotion efforts, respectively, through the Louisiana Rice Research Board and the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board. Fruget says with that investment, he sees a great return.
There's things that we spend a lot more money on that you don't see the amount of return that we get from research and promotion. We spend a lot of money on different things in life that you never see a return for. We spend money on research and promotion and see a return.
And these checkoff funds are a big part of it. Without that, I don't know if there's a Louisiana rice industry. I think it's daddy central for us.
Kane Fontenot is the chair of the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board. He is part of the volunteer board of rice farmers who is funding projects to promote Louisiana rice to the consumers they are helping to feed.
The promotion board plays a big part in that. It's as far as educating the people on that we do grow high quality rice, we grow affordable rice, and it's just a matter of communicating it to the people because not everyone knows that.
While Frugier has contributed to the checkoff programs throughout his career, he says his eyes were open to the value of that promotion dollar when he started his own packaged rice brand, Parish Rice.
I did not understand the value until I started doing what I'm doing with my own packaged rice business and interacting with the consumers the way I do now. I think those promotion dollars are more valuable than I ever dreamed of.
Frugier and Fontenot, as individual farmers, can only do so much. The entire Louisiana rice industry working together is what makes this promotion effort so valuable.
Because of what it costs, I could only reach a certain amount of people. If we have this collective coming from our industry, from everyone involved, you could reach a broader geography. You could reach a lot bigger area and a lot more people.
You're always stronger as a team, right? The individual can only do so much. So the more we pull together and the more we work as one, it creates a lot more strength and a bigger footprint. It helps us all.
In St. Landry Parish, I'm Karl Wiggers for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
To learn more about the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, head over to our website at twilatv.org. Also, as you plan your dinner tonight, consider making rice a part of it. An LSU graduate student brought home some impressive hardware, winning a big award from the Institute of Food Technology for presenting a video on her master's thesis research.
Hello, my name is Ivanova Lituma, and I am a PhD student at Louisiana State University working in Dr. Edikari's Food Safety Lab. My research explores the effect of UVC light treatment against Listeria monocytogenes in hydroponic systems. UVC light is one of the three categories of UV light. This technology has shown germicidal potential by damaging the RNA and DNA of bacteria.
Ivanova Lituma created this piece titled Effective UVC Light Treatment Against Listeria on Hydroponically Grown Lettuce. Lituma is pursuing a doctorate in nutrition and food sciences and is continuing her work in researching hydroponics and how to make vegetables grown out of the soil safer to eat. After the break, we follow Forestry and Ag Commissioner Dr. Mike Strain on another certified Louisiana adventure into how your food is made.
This is Dr. Mike Strain, Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, and we're here at Landry Vineyards, one of our certified family of companies. Tell me what's going on today.
Today is our Stomp Fest. It's one of the favorite events out here at Landry Vineyards. This is where we celebrate the stomp of the grapes, stomping of the grapes. The harvest is really what we're celebrating here.
You know, Susan and I have been many times, and it's amazing. It's so much fun. How you like that between your toes?
It's cold!
It's cold! This is really a family event.
That's what we try to create.
And
that's
I can
what we
tell
want.
you, as a certified Louisiana company, I know you're doing great, and it's just incredible.
Looks like we're going to have a big crowd out here. We got a bunch of Lucy's out here. I see redheads all over out there.
I see that. I'm from the North Shore, Beta Springs. Tell me what's going to happen with the wine stomp.
Well, first of all, the ladies just love to stomp in the grapes. It's an age-old tradition. They're going to get the grapes and take pictures and really enjoy that. And then they're also going to put their footprints on the back of a Landry Vineyards t-shirt that says, I stomp grapes at Landry Vineyards.
All right, get a good print. All right, step off. Very good.
So they love both of those events, and then we'll do the Lucy Lookalike contest. You know, and all of this is music, live music, local music. You know, we want local food, local music, local wine, and then people will be dancing and having a good time.
Jeff, tell me about your wines and your product lines, you know, from where you started to where you're at today and how you get it done.
You know, the #1 grape we grow is Blanc du Bois. It's very popular. It's a French-American hybrid.
Tell us about your winemaking process.
Well, once the grapes are harvested, it goes into the winery. We have a big hopper where we dump the grapes into. They go through the crusher destemmer, and then we press if it's a white grape. If it's a red grape, it's fermented on the skins and then pumped into the tanks.
It is very important to me personally to support the farmers. It's more important to me to see them succeed. And this is a success story. So you were one of our earliest companies to join Certified Louisiana.
That's right.
Tell us about how that happened.
You know, we were looking for everything we could do to promote our products and to tell the consumer, to tell the retailer, we're from Louisiana. We are producing wines from Louisiana. That's what the program did for us. Now, the program takes us so far, but we still needed and continue to need the consumer to go to their managers and say, hey, this is a Louisiana certified product. Right. We need you to support this. We need you to put it in the stores. Well, let me tell you, they have the voice. They don't realize that a lot of times they come to me and they say, can you get this wine in our store? I say, well, I can work on it,
That's
but
right.
you
have
can
to
do that.
You ask the store, you know, where are the Certified Louisiana products? You know, where's Landry Vineyards? Where are those products?
Right.
Then that manager will get it. Whenever I go shopping, I'm looking for those certified family of products.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Certified Louisiana's Crawfish Tales with Commissioner Mike Strain was brought to you by the Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry Certified Louisiana program. For information about the Certified Louisiana, Certified Cajun, Certified Creole, Certified Craft Beverage, and the Certified Farm to Table Logo program, visit certifiedlouisiana.org or ldaf.la.gov. Support Louisiana families. Look for Certified Louisiana logos at your favorite grocery, restaurant, or farmer's market. Buy Louisiana. It's the way to grow.
Time now for this week's TWILA Boost, and it's going to the dogs. August 26th was National Dog Day, and as we all know, the farm dog is an integral part of running a farm. Many of you sent in pictures of your pooches, and so we wanted to share those with you all. We also wanted to recognize our own pups on this special day. That's Avery and his family with their dog Lulu. And that's me and my husband Landon and our son Teddy along with Stella and Archie. This is Neil Melancon with his mom Judy and her therapy dog Maddie Rue. Allie Shipley and her husband Tyler have some nice shots with Dutton, and that's Josh Meeks and his wife Laura with their dog Wrigley. That does it for this edition of TWILA. We'll be taking next week off, but plan to be back the following week with a special LSU tailgate themed episode. Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these stories and more on our YouTube channel, and be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know exactly when we put out new content. For all of us here at TWILA, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.